Welcome back to another Minetest mod review. Today we are looking at the smoke mod, which adds smoke. Surprise, surprise. Now, before we really even get into this, don't put this on a server, okay? Just don't do it. The mod topic itself tells you pretty much as much. It's pretty experimental, and we'll do some things later, but yeah, you probably would not want this running on a server. It would probably be performance-wise very poor. So, as we can see here, obviously, we have some smoke appearing from this lava, and it does as smoke does. It rises upwards because it's warmer than the air, and warm air rises. Unless you believe my high school science teacher, who said warm air doesn't rise, but cold air sinks, so it pushes up the warm air, which is the same thing, but he insisted that it wasn't. But yeah, this isn't science class. So lava makes smoke, and the smoke goes up, and it catches on the ceilings, and then it moves around till it finds some place where it can go out. So you can't tell too much here, but there's a little chimney hole. I should have really put a stairway here before. See, we got a little chimney hole here where the smoke can outgas, I suppose, as it were. So if we go ahead and do this, we will end up with smoke filling up and squeezing its way out through here, because the smoke, these are actual nodes, so you can only have one smoke node per per world location. So the smoke all kind of piles up in there, and then it slowly squeezes its way out, and some makes its way out through the front side here because there's just not enough venting for the smoke to get out. So, if you had an underground lava lake, you could have issues because the smoke would continue to pile up, and the smoke does dissipate after some point. I don't know how long that takes, but I mean, we can tell here that obviously the smoke only goes up so many times, and then it kind of vaporizes, I guess would be the word. It dissipates. So in addition to lava, furnaces also create smoke now. So if we go ahead and throw some coal in here to cook this sand on down to glass, we will see, ta-da, smoke. So your furnaces now need smoke. I don't know why that one disappeared like that. There we go. And so we don't really have any cutaways in the ceiling here. We got these two windows out on the side where it can vent to, and then there's a lip here. So theoretically, this roof space will fill up with smoke before the smoke has a chance to all outgas. And I was reading that the smoke is supposed to damage you, but outside of suffocation, I'm not getting damaged here, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that. But yeah, you can suffocate in the smoke, so that's neat, I suppose. And yeah, so the smoke's just piling up in here. Like I said, it has these two windows it can escape through, or it can dissipate itself away. But wait, there's more. And I thought this was particularly interesting. So if you have a permanent flame, oh, that's smoke going out this window. You know what? I don't want the smoke coming out this window. It's gonna interfere with. Oh no! Oh no! Let me. Oh no! Oh no! Let me kill the plants here. Those come later. All right. So the permanent flame here from the coal block appears to not create smoke. So if you have permanent flames, you don't have to worry about smoke. However, if you have non-permanent flames, basic flames, spreading flames, whatever they're called, we don't care what they're called. We'll just wait for it to happen. Come on, fire, do your thing. Okay, you're taking too long. I'm just going to manually do it. If you have normal fire that's spreading to other nodes and lighting things on fire, that should eventually, there we go, create some smoke. So now for the we could call it the grande finale. We'll do something really dumb. Because why not? Because who else does it, you know? Who else does it? We're just going to start this little beachy area on fire here. And we'll kind of go back, get a nice little view. And, yeah, we'll see what kind of things you could expect. And why you should probably not put this on a server. Because we're getting a lot of smoke. And I'm not positive if these are using ABMs or node timers. I didn't look at the code actually to see. But as we can tell, this grass is burning and we have a lot of smoke coming out. And the lava is still doing its thing. That should burn itself out at some point. As should this over here as well. The furnace is probably done doing its stuff, I expect. Yep. So there's still just a bit of smoke trying to work its way out in there. But yeah, as we can see, there's a lot of smoke here from all of this stuff burning. And theoretically, that's impacting performance. I can't really look at that whilst recording without making things wonky, so I won't bother. But yeah, chances are we could do this, but this really tells us nothing. My FPS is at 57, but that's what it idles at. Around 60 FPS is what I get. And you really wouldn't expect that much of a difference just because there's some extra nodes that are animated here. Where you would expect the difference is in your performance. Which, actually, can't you see? If I knew what any of these numbers meant over here, and if we could see them, we could say something, but I don't know what those numbers mean, so I can't really vouch for anything. But as you can tell, there's a lot of smoke, and yeah, the smoke is now, because this smoke has just open airspace above it. It's not as processing heavy as it could be. If I had built like a platform up here that all the smoke would bump into and then it would have to work its way over and then up, it would be a little more processing heavy, I think. I'm not sure what exact method is being used. I assume it first checks the node above it, and if that's empty, it just moves up. But then if it's not empty, it checks the node surrounding it and then picks one of those directions to go. So this theoretically is less resource intensive than if there was a platform it had to work itself around. But again, I didn't really search through the code. Honestly, I didn't look at the code at all. I've seen this on the forums for a few days, and I thought this looks kind of interesting. And as it says, it's very much a experimental kind of thing, but it's fun to play around with. If you're there's a name for people that start things on fire. Not a firebug. There's a different name for it. Not a pyrotechnician, but it's a pyro something, I'm sure. This might be right up your alley. I know it's really more smoke than fire, so maybe not, but yeah, that's honestly it. So try it out. In an experimental test world. I probably wouldn't put it onto a real world just as of yet, or without first trying it out in a test world to, see how your computer handles it and all. Because if you do put this in an actual world and then you get some smoke and then you turn the mod off because of whatever reason, all of these smoke nodes in there are going to be unknown items, and you're going to have to go through and break them all, or write some code to clear them out for you. Oh, look at this. We've got the what is burning in the furnace? Are the clouds themselves burning? I think I just seen some smoke on fire. That's weird. Yeah, there's some burning smoke right above the apple and the grass in the bottom. There's some more. Smoke evidently burns. This is an interesting development. I wonder if the burning on the smoke is also creating more smoke. Well, this would make a great desktop screensaver, but let's just wrap it up because yeah. So thanks for watching. Tune in next week for another mod review, and I will see you then.